video, and today I wanted to talk about motovlogging and my experience with two different cameras that are really good for motovlogging, but I just kind of wanted to give some more detail on them. So we're gonna be talking about the DJI, let's see if we can get it to focus, the DJI Action 4 and the GoPro Hero 8. What makes these two cameras special? Well, first of all, I've been recording with the GoPro Hero 8 Black for a few years now. I've been using them for a few years. I first started using it with my my Harley Davidson Sportster, and then when I got my Riker, you can see a bunch of videos with those, me shooting with this camera. Overall, this was a camera that I bought first. Like I said, years ago, I started to use it, and then I realized how bad the battery life sucked. And so literally, I put it in the drawer and kind of just forgot about it. I bought an Insta360 X2, and that was much better for what I used it for. I really used it a lot on the Riker, not so much on the Harley, but I loved it on the Riker. I just put it on a little selfie stick and then, you know, just rode like that, and it was really nice. But you know, for me, the quality image with the 360 camera X2 was just not, it wasn't what I expected, kind of, and it was a pain in the butt trying to use the Insta360 software to try to get that working the way I wanted it to work. And ultimately I gave up on the X2 and I sold it. And I was going to sell it for the GoPro Hero 12 or the DJI Action 4. And I couldn't really make up my mind, so I just waited. Couldn't get my hands on any of the units. And what I didn't want to do was go buy it at like Best Buy or something, or Amazon, use it for like 2 weeks or whatever before you, and then go turn it back in before your 14 days are up or whatever. A lot of people do those things. I didn't want to do that. So I ended up just waiting, looking at more and more reviews, technicalities of both, because there's so much information on both those cameras out there that you just have to really take your time. You don't necessarily have to go and buy something and then learn how it's gonna work for you when there's other people doing the same thing that you can learn from them. So that's what I did. Ultimately, what I love about the GoPro is the ease of use. It's very easy to use. There's not much of a learning curve to get this thing to work correctly. I would say that the downside that I found was when I had this, or since I've had this, only up until like a few days ago, where did I find more ND filters that actually work with this camera. I went with Camera Butter, and it's a stick-on ND filter, and it works fine, but again, it's a stick-on. So if you don't want to use that particular filter, you have to peel it off and try to carefully get it back into its protective case so you can use it again. It's annoying. So that's a negative to me. The other negative is that for motovlogging, you have to have a media mod box. You don't technically have to, but if you plan on capturing audio, you're definitely gonna need a media mod box. And you gotta put this thing in there. I don't have it with me, but once you put it in there in the cage and get it all set up on your chin mount, it's a pain, because once you get it on there, you get it set to a correct angle. The GoPro Hero 8 Black does not have like, what I guess GoPro calls it hyper view or super view or whatever, like on the newer cameras. It doesn't have that. So when you get it in place, the right angle where you want it on your chin mount, you have to, and it's there and it's locked in. You know, you lock it down with the two little things underneath, lock it down. The only downside to that is that when you're done filming, you have to take it all off of the chin mount. Then you have to take it out of the cage just to get to the SD card, so you can use an SD card reader. to get your files, transfer your files off. So it is a huge pain in the butt when you dial in your angle that you have on your chin mount, and then you have to take it all off and go through the whole entire thing again. There are solutions to help you frame your shots before you start recording. You can use the app, but honestly, it's a pain in the ass to do that. And when you just want to put your helmet on and go ride. With the DJI though, I love it because it has magnetic mounts on the bottom that you can use. And what this allows me to do is I can set this on my chin mount, right? I can set it on my chin mount and have it at the perfect degree. And all I have to do once I lock it in place is click the two sides of the magnetic mount and take the DJI off. The chin mount stays in place, and then when I want to put it back on, you literally put it back on. And so you don't have to worry about, let me adjust the angle, let me do this, let me do that. Now you can also use the DJI app to do your framing and whatnot, or to control it with your phone, which is a pretty pleasant experience. But again, I use it sometimes just to check my framing once I get it on my once I get my helmet on, so I know exactly what the shot looks like. It's kind of addicting, it's cool. I never really used it with the GoPro, but it is usable and I like it a lot. All I'm gonna say is that from a motovlogging standpoint, I really feel like you get way more dynamic range, way higher video quality on the DJI Action 4 versus the GoPro Hero 8 Black. Now, I think the GoPro Hero 8 Black is a more than capable device to capture vlogging. I honestly believe that. The image quality, if you know how to use like editing software like Adobe Premiere or DaVinci Resolve, you can get some really good images out of this camera. Honestly, you just have to play around with it. You just got to really learn to play around with the colors and whatnot to kind of get the image you want. It is wide enough. If you check out my videos, I think the GoPro Hero 8 Black is wide enough to suit most needs, but it's always better to have a bigger, wider view. And that's what I love about the DJI. The ultra wide is amazing, and why I like it over the newer GoPros is that there's little to no distortion, right? With the GoPros, the newer GoPros, even if you use like, if you go with like 12 or the 11 and you use the max, what do they call it? The max lens, you will get a super wider view, but everything is more distorted. So if you're motovlogging, it kind of looks like the corners or the outside areas start to bend on you. And when you start looking left and right, to me, that's when it really hits you that, damn, this thing is so much distortion, it's kind of distracting, in my opinion. The images, to me, from the DJI are much better, like I said, because it's ultra wide and it's very little distortion. Again, with the GoPro, to me, there's more distortion, even with the super view or the hyper view, which kind of looks cool when the hyper view looks really cool when you're motovlogging, but still, to me, it's still very distracting when you're trying to focus on everything that's in the shot, everything that's in your frame, and everything starts to be bendy around you. That's what I hate about it, and that's another con which made me not want to go back with the GoPro, is simply because the image that you get out of it is beautiful, but it's too distorted for me. I like something more of I like more cinematic, or that's basically how I can say it. I'm a camera guy, so I like more of a cinematic view. And I know the look that I want my audience, you guys, to see while I'm riding. And to me, GoPro is just not one. I'm not a big fan of it, although I kind of am. I don't know, it's just not, it just doesn't work for me. Now, I will say though that GoPro, it does work, like I said. The thing for me, the biggest downfall for me, I feel like when you're motovlogging, if you're a dedicated motovlogger, even if you're not, even if you're just a casual, I consider myself casual, but if you're really trying to make content, I think that it's easier, everything is much easier when your workflow is seamless. And I think that with the GoPro, you spend more time setting up before you go ride and tearing it down after you ride and extracting your footage, transferring it over, which you cannot do on the GoPro Hero 8. You cannot just stick your USB-C or whatever your cable is into the computer and get it to transfer. It won't do it. You have to take the SD card out. It's so annoying. If you have the media mod box on, you can't do that either. With the DJI, all you have to do is connect your USB-C in there, plug it in the computer, turn on your turn on the device, and it will ask you if you want to transfer your files. Super easy. I don't know why GoPro can't do it. Even if you have a cage on here, I do have a newer cage for the DJI. I also have the one that it came with, and I prefer the metal one, which works really well. It may not be a newer. I think it's something, I forgot what the name of it was, but it's really, really good. I'm gonna have to review it. But even with all that stuff on there, you can just transfer your files. You don't have to really worry about it. So like I said, it's super easy to use. You don't have to worry about taking it all apart just to get your files transferred. It's, like I said, it makes setting up to go motovlog very, very easy. Now all I do when I get on the bike is I put it on my helmet, click, and I pull my phone, I turn it on, pull my phone out, and I look at the app just to kind of make sure that it is at the right angle that I want it to be before I go ride. Nothing worse than getting everything on, taking off, hitting the record button, and you think everything that you want to be seen is in the shot, and it's not, and you're like staring at your tank, or you're staring so far up that all you can see is like the top of your windscreen. It's so annoying, and then you just blow all of your shots. Oh crap. You just blow all of your shots, man, and it's like you can't really go back and redo it. So DJI makes it extremely easy to frame everything, have everything in focus and ready to go. So when you hit that record button, it's just go time. You know, you just go have fun. And that's what I love about it. I was, and I do probably plan on eventually testing out the Insta360 Ace Pro. I just from everything that I saw in the Ace Pro, I just didn't really feel that it was a true action camera like the DJI and GoPro, but I feel like it's more of a dedicated vlogging camera, and I think that it could work great for that. There are some cons that I've seen that ultimately made me not purchase it over the DJI Osmo Action 4. Now, these cameras come out, DJI will probably be announcing its Action 5 maybe in the next like 4 months. So I won't be surprised if you don't start hearing about it by August or September. Even July, you might start hearing the early rumors fly. But when that camera comes out, depending on how it does, I might upgrade again to something like that. Like I said, they're making these things super easy. I shoot in a log M with the DJI, which is like shooting raw, like from like my Canon, my 1DX Mark II that I'm filming on. When you shoot raw, when you go color grade, if anybody likes to color grade, you can get some amazing colors out of it if you know how to color grade. And shooting in log M allows you to kind of push the envelope when you're in post-production doing some color grading. Upgrading to the DJI Osmo Action 4 is probably honestly the best bang for your buck. And right now they're pretty cheap. I won't say super cheap, but you can find some really good deals. Like when I found this one, I found it directly on DJI's website. It was a refurbished model, sold directly through them, so it's certified through them, and it was $239 for the standalone bundle. And all I did after that was I bought the ND filters for it. I bought a few more accessories like a neck lanyard thing, so when you're not on your helmet, you can just stick it on the neck lanyard and you can walk around. And the audio out of the DJI 4 is really, really good. I'm pretty sure it'll work just fine with the the GoPro as well. And like I said, I got all that with a really, really good deal. And like I said, I don't regret it. Even at $299, if you were to buy it right now, it's still a really good deal. And hopefully, you know, in the coming months, it might go on a further sale, like some flash sales. So always look out for it. I would say look out for open box items like from Best Buy, even DJI. You might come across a really good deal, and you wouldn't be disappointed. So I don't plan on getting rid of the GoPro Hero 8. I don't plan on getting rid of it. I just now more have to look at how can I use it in addition to the DJI. To me, if you play around with the color profiles, you probably can get away with people not really noticing much of a difference between what's shot with which, especially if you're just using some extra B-roll and things like that. They probably won't even know. But that would take more color grading and things like that on your end to make sure you can kind of match the images with the color profiles and things like that. But that's nerdy stuff, and you definitely don't need to do that. But again, when you are looking to upgrade your camera systems, whether you're going with full 360, just know that when you start to mix and match cameras, trying to get different angles and things, you're probably gonna run into a problem being able to color grade and have everything look seamless, like they come from the same camera, like I said. So just be mindful of that if you're shooting with like a 360 camera plus a GoPro Hero, you know what I'm saying? So be mindful of that. To me, it's a little irksome, a little annoying when you see people with different cameras, and it's just, I don't know, it just looks so Mod Podge. I don't like it. But anyways, hopefully you guys like the video. If you have a DJI, let me know what your settings is. I'm gonna do some more videos on this thing, kind of let y'all know what settings I use. I want to get into some nighttime shooting. I do have a Lumi light that I have I can put on the cage for the DJI, and I plan on using that. I've done a little bit of testing, but I want to actually get on the bike at different times of the night, like early, you know, when it's starting to go down, the sun's starting to go down, and sunset, and then actually at night see what it can do with some different types of settings that I'm gonna run through it. And I think we'll end up getting some really, really good footage out of it. But and again, let me know what you think. I'm trying to flood the channel, like I said, with a bunch of content, but at the same time, try to figure out a really good schedule for it. And I think I found the perfect one. It's just gonna be in a situation where I have so much footage. I kind of don't want to spread it out too much. I kind of want to be able to keep things timely, on time as you're supposed to see them, like for holidays and things like that. Not being able to show you that like months later. So I know a lot of people preload videos and then they release things that are more time sensitive. So it's kind of what I'm hoping to do. But I got some more work to do on that. But anyways, let me know how you guys motovlog. What's your setups like? What's your settings like on your cameras, and what you're doing to get the best image possible. Can't wait to hear it. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Catch you in the next one. Peace.